No, I'm in
English.
Second Life personally. Where are you?
In a state of confusion.
Somebody's on the stage. Where's the bouncer?
Hugo. He did the movie Hugo.
That's
All that special
it.
effect for Hugo.
Oh, I love
yeah.
the movie Hugo.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
is such a great movie. It is a great movie.
Yep.
Madison, cito el dano, por favor.
You know what? She doesn't have voice on.
You gotta greet
Madison. Madison has no voice. Oh, Kurt got his voice.
Go, Tymmerie!
Tymmerie, we're cheering on
evening,
you.
Ladies.
5 p.m.
Cat people.
Now on, Miss Tymmerie.
We do have a great show for you tonight. We have Catboy, Dot Grunt, and Roger 990 tonight, followed by a musical performance by Tamara Hayden. So we have a lot of good stuff for you tonight. I'm your host for the evening, Tymmerie Thorne. Now, because this is Lauren's stage, I think it's important that we sacrifice a blonde joke to the comedy gods to appease them so that we have a really good show.
All right.
Right on, Tymmerie. Yay.
Okay.
Go for it. All right.
What does the blonde say after having multiple orgasms?
What?
Good work, team.
Good one.
I wanted to know if you were all aware. You know, Lauren's out of town. That's why I'm here. I wanted to see if you were aware of the top 6 things that happen when Lauren goes out of town. Okay?
Okay.
Number 6.
We get griefed.
Always. Isn't that the truth? All right.
Number 6 is that there is room on the sim for one more of Haley's alts. Number 5, Catboy finally gets a chance to try on all of Lauren's clothes.
Yay! That's out of the bag on that one.
Step up there.
Number 4, the audience finally takes a break from upskirting the host to find out where the guy's voice is coming from. Number 3, more shoes for the rest of us.
Yay!
Yep. Girls can never have enough shoes. Yeah.
Number 2, the stripper pole in Lauren's dressing room finally cools down to room temperature. And the number 1 thing that happens when Lauren goes out of town is that the audience wonders where the girl's voice comes from.
Okay, all right. You just did 45 seconds of material, and I'm not sure that's not better than everything Lauren had last week.
Oh, Dog and Laura. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Sacrificing that blonde joke worked. Well, since I am where the girl's voice is coming from, I'll tell you a little bit about myself before we get started. I'm a blogger, I'm a trophy wife, and I'm an occasional performer here at Lauren's.
You're modest, too.
I'm Second Life married now. But when I started Second Life and started meeting guys here, I had one absolute dating criteria. They had to be willing to lie about how we met. I had to break up with my first Second Life boyfriend because I found out he was cutting and pasting his orgasms. Never worked out when that happened.
Wait, you can do that?
Oh no, you've unleashed a monster.
Note to self.
I had really high hopes for my second boyfriend, but it turns out that he kept his profile up on AvMatch. You know that Second Life dating website? I was furious when I found out. No way was he fun to be around. Dating is hard in either world. I tried internet dating, but they kept setting me up with people who shared my interests and had things in common with me. But I don't want to go out with a weirdo.
Yeah.
Good luck there.
Let's see. What else about me? One last thing. I'm writing a book, and I've given it the working title of 50 Shades of Grey, and that's with an A-Y. And yes, I know. There's a 50 Shades book out there already, but mine is not about sex. It's all about lag.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yay.
That'll be a bestseller.
That will be a hit.
You know that Gio is taping the show right now, videotaping it, and he's going to post to YouTube. I think we're really lucky that he only posts the videos to YouTube. Because if Lauren's Live was on Netflix, this would be a women's prison. And I would have befriended Lauren by selling her my hair.
Orange. What is that prison show? Orange.
All of you would have to be strip searched as you leave today.
Oh,
I can deal
great.
with that. I can deal with that.
Who's doing the stripping?
We all should, so we don't have no lag
You
in
guys
here.
watch
Yay.
those Netflix shows? The ones that
Yes.
you can binge on every episode of a season in one day?
Yes.
Okay, then you might be a prime candidate for NASA's new job posting. Real life, Second Life camping.
Oh.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? They want to
No.
pay people $18,000 to lie motionless for 10 weeks with only a computer for entertainment. It's almost like Second Life is trade school for that job.
Oh my god! Gaming, no, computer games as well.
Well, I'm going to bring up our first performer. If Catboy, if you're ready, we.
Okay. Well, you better get me on
Yay!
this. All right.
Okay, yay, Catboy.
Hey. Oh.
He can get up on stage.
Okay.
With his coffee, not
Where
spill
the
it.
hell is everybody? Oh, hold on. Turn. Okay. Listen, I gotta warn you, I'm not really all together here right now, and the reason why is I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 last Thursday.
Oh my god.
So, anything happen over the weekend that I should know about?
I told you, Dr. Fran.
Anything?
Yeah. I told
Oh,
you.
man.
Told you.
Doctor
Just-
Behind?
Let's just put it this way. You can see me and you can hear me, but be grateful that you can't smell me right now, because I woke up at about 2 in the afternoon today, right? And I had to take a head count of my pets to make sure none of them died on me or ran away since last week. I mean, Nelson, the youngest one, right? He caught his first mouse today. Ha ha! Good. He's feeding himself. Problem taken care of. Alright. And I feel so icky right now. My face feels like someone glued 2 pieces of sandpaper to my cheeks. And this is a reason why I don't grow a beard. Even my ass hair feels like it's gotten more bushy in the past 4 days. My mouth tastes like I've been eating whatever my cats brought home. You know, it's like my cats, had to pair up together. It's going, he's still not getting up from the sofa. We gotta keep him alive. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Crunchy. Nom nom.
Ew, gross.
If you want to know how badly I need a shower, when I stopped playing the game last night, and I got up to go to bed, the leather couch was stuck to my rump. I had to peel myself off of the couch like a rotten banana skin. It was really, really bad. But anyway, I want to go over some numbers that you're going to find rather staggering. And it is. Grand Theft Auto 5 reached $1 billion in sales in 3 days. There was nothing in the history of the world that ever made that much money in that little time. No movie, no musical album, no iPhone, no game platform, no smartphone, nothing has ever made that much money in that little time. Now, it's obvious that the game's gone...
Tape might have done that.
Well, yeah, that was that was a fast-selling sex tape, but it only reached 20 million in 3 days. Now it's obvious that this game has gone platinum, but whenever a game goes platinum, usually what the maker does is they create a platinum edition and then they put the game on sale again at a reduced price for about $20 or so. Well, Rockstar Games, the people who make Grand Theft Auto, they announced they're not going to bother with that because by the time they could repackage the whole thing, there won't be anyone left to sell it to.
Yeah, that's right.
Think of it that way. Yeah, everyone paid $60, so that's how it goes. When I finally got around to feeding my cats today, right? I got up at 2 in the afternoon. Oh, there was one thing that was bothering me. I was watching the news today after when I got up this afternoon, and there's this nonsense I'm hearing on TV about violence being inspired by video games. Apparently there was this one person who got arrested in like Idaho or Iowa or whatever the hell, and apparently they had just been playing the game just before they got busted, and people going, Grand Theft Auto is causing all of this, this, that, and the other thing. Well, get a load of this. I just came across this on Reddit, and somebody actually did gather some statistics across the country, and they said over the weekend in many places across America, there was a measured, very significant drop in violence, in street violence. Well, the reason why is everyone's indoors playing the game. Of course. Right? Anyway, speaking of violence, when I got around to feeding my cats today, I wanted to give them some kitty treats. Now, the problem I have is, who here owns more than one cat? Like, who here's got about at least 2 or 3?
Yes,
right?
2.
Just make a little applause sounds, right? Just little applause sound, right? Well, the problem is when you give your cats kitty treats, how do you do that without encouraging competitive stealing? Because dropping kitty treats in front of 2 cats or more is like being a referee in a hockey game where you're trying to drop a puck during a face-off. You've seen that, right? The referee drops the puck, the 2 hockey players fight over it, which leads to a fist fight, which leads to a penalty, which in turn leads to another face-off, and you're wondering, why was that done in the first place? What was that supposed to solve? No, it's just the natural cycle of hockey. So when you drop kitty treats in front of your cats, you're not really giving them a treat. You're just saying, I'm rewarding the quicker, more aggressive cat. And the other one is just out of luck. So there was only one thing I saw on the news today that when I got up, I missed everything because, like I said, I slept until the afternoon. And there was only one thing on the news today that I really saw, and that was people are making this great big pissing moan nonsense that they can't bring guns into Starbucks. Really? This is really an issue? You can't bring a gun into Starbucks. Oh, no. It's like you can't even smoke in a Starbucks. All right?
Those people don't even
What's the big deal? You
Starbucks,
can't bring
right?
a gun. I mean, at least coffee and cigarettes is something that sounds like it's meant to go together. I mean, I hear lots of people who they pine for the old days where, remember the old days when you could smoke in a coffee shop? I don't hear anyone going, hey, remember the good old days when you could bring a 6-shooter and pistol into a coffee donut shop without people making a big deal out of it? Yeah, I remember those days. Those were called police officers. And that's all I have for tonight. Oh, does anyone want some coffee? Who wants coffee? I'm going to hand you some coffee.
Hey, Catboy. Coffee.
Very nice, Catboy. Thank you very much. Did you guys know that there's only 2 types of people in the world? People who play Second Life and people who have healthy vitamin D levels.
What about the third? You can play Second Life in the sun. Just drag your computer out to the backyard.
Then you can't see the screen.
Okay.
You can't.
Do you guys tell people that you play Second Life?
No.
I do.
I usually don't. I don't because people think Second Life is full of pornography, and pornography is often frowned upon.
Wait a minute, hold up, it's not?
Wait, there's porn in here?
No. Yeah.
Oh, where?
10 years, there's porn in here? Oh, man.
No. I'm shocked.
Well, and it is frowned upon, but that's only because I'm concentrating.
Speak for yourself.
Do you guys play Second Life a lot? Like, takes up a lot of time? I think Second Life attracts a lot of addictive personality. I know I'm an addictive personality. I used to be horribly addicted to soap, but I'm clean now. I know, that was horrible. I know. One of the main things people do in here, I think, it's a hobby in itself, and that's cleaning your inventory. And I keep a pretty lean inventory. For being in here over 6 years, I only have about 30,000 objects. But I personally know a ton of people with six-figure inventory. Six-figure. I don't know how they even move. They're like real-life hoarders. Have you guys ever seen that show?
Why do you think Haley's been in the same spot for 2 years?
Have you guys seen Hoarders on the A&E network?
Yes.
I personally, I think real-life hoarding would be easy to fix. If I was an executive for A&E, I'd just introduce the hoarders to crack cocaine. They'll sell their stuff eventually. And then they can be on intervention.
Second Life
Here's a
intervention.
question.
That's interesting. Yeah.
No.
Here's a question. How many Lindens does it take to design a viewer? This isn't really a joke. I just really want to know.
I'm with you.
We don't know because they've never done it.
Oh, yeah, they've never done it. And the one that worked, they got rid of, right? Emerald, right? It worked well.
There you go. I also wonder if Linden Lab will ever go public. I'd really love to invest in the IPO.
Really?
I used to be a stockbroker. I think it'd be a good investment. I think it'd be a great investment. But I'm still recovering from the 2009 crash. It's still so bad that when I visited my broker's office and asked him to check my balance, he pushed me. Now, did you guys read the Second Life terms of service last time you had to agree to it in order to log in?
Oh, yeah. Last time I had sleep, I read the whole thing.
That was really scary.
Nobody does.
That's right. Nobody does.
We're live.
Apparently.
I actually read it.
Did you?
Yeah, I read anything.
Apparently, this version says that Linden Lab owns everything we make in here. Ridiculous. Isn't it?
Yes.
I can't believe it. So to get them to rethink their decision, I think we should make some stuff they don't want to own. Kind of like, like Twilight movie box sets. or Justin Bieber paraphernalia.
One Direction.
Or snuff film.
Nuns. We'll bring nuns in.
Oh, man.
Well, Roger 990 said he would be over, but I don't think he's in the room yet. So, Doc, are you ready to go up?
Sure, I'll take sloppy seconds.
Woo! Okay.
Yay, Doc.
And here's Doc.
Woo!
All right.
Yay, Doc.
Good evening, everybody. I appreciate you coming tonight. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit distracted. I got a call from the police today, and I had to run home to my apartment. I was really scared. See, I called the building maintenance people to come in today and take a look at a light switch that isn't working. And okay, now the police call, and I'm thinking, okay, they didn't lock the door on their way out, and the place got robbed, and all my shit's gone. I'm like, oh Christ! So I've rushed home, and I get here, but as soon as I walk up to the door, the police grabbed me and they took me inside the apartment. Okay, well, it's kind of embarrassing. You know, I have my Roomba set to come on every day and clean the carpets in my place. And the damn thing spelled out "help me" on the carpet. So now the police are searching for a kidnap victim, and and then they found my handcuffs and ball gag, and they got really upset. I had to explain my my hobby to him, and that was embarrassing. Okay, so I finally get him convinced that I'm not a kidnapper, and I sit down to relax after they unhandcuff me, and I turn on the TV to find that my DVR has recorded 12 hours of Amnesty International programming. I just can't fucking win. Okay, so I am really depressed tonight, and the best way to get depressed is to read the news, because you find out how much better you are. So let's take a look at some of the news so I can get my mind off of today. Now, in a case of the bizarre, Arizona Cardinals safety Rashad Johnson suffered a severe injury in Sunday's game. He injured the middle finger on his left hand. Did you hear about this? He took off his glove after the play, and the finger stayed in the glove. It actually came off. He didn't know he'd injured it until he took the glove off and saw the missing tip of his finger. He had to rush to the hospital. They couldn't save it. They had to shave the bone down, and he's lost the middle finger down to the first knuckle. He'll live otherwise, but damn, that hurts, and I have to say I know how he feels. The other day I was having sex in Second Life, and I took off my condom. My cock came off with it. Talk about embarrassing. Damn it. Well, in Washington, Senator Patty Murray blasted one of several new ads attacking Obamacare for being deplorable and sexist. These are called the Creepy Uncle Sam videos. Have you seen these?
Yeah.
The ads are by a libertarian group called Generation Opportunity, which feature young people who go to a doctor's appointment only to have an intentionally creepy-looking Uncle Sam with a kind of a Mardi Gras head ready to give them an examination. They're meant to encourage young people to opt out of Obamacare. One ad actually implicitly shows a woman having a gynecological exam, and here's creepy Uncle Sam rubbing his hands, okay? Now, in an email statement, the company that made these videos, Generation Opportunity, hit back at Senator Murray for allowing her staff to opt out of Obamacare, okay? So the woman who is pissed off because someone's putting ads out not to join Obamacare is letting her own people opt out of Obamacare. It's a shame she doesn't feel her constituents deserve the same options when it comes to health care coverage. So the senator doesn't feel the need to let the government do the anal probe with their own people, but you and I have to sit down and submit to it. Now, growing up, the creepy Uncle Sam thing, it's kind of funny. Everybody in your family had a creepy Uncle Sam. You go to family reunions, there's always a creepy Uncle Sam. He drank too much, and next thing you know, he was bouncing you on his lap, right? Well, that was okay for me, but as soon as I turned 27, I said, look, that is enough. Just no more, okay? Okay. Anybody watch Dexter? The season finale was just on, okay?
Yeah.
If you have loved ones who are Dexter fans, you might want to stay away from them for a couple of days because they are recovering from what is being called the most horrible season finale in television history. While there isn't really a right way to end a show, you can't please everybody. Dexter fans would argue that there is now an explicitly wrong way to end one. The anger is centered around two very out-of-nowhere conclusions. Dexter is the blood examiner for the police force who's secretly a mass murderer of people who commit crimes, and he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, etc., etc. The two conclusions, Dexter's sister, Deb, gets killed off, and Dexter becomes a lumberjack. What the fuck? Twitter's ablaze with angst about this. Here's some of the best tweets from Twitter, and I'm a Dexter fan. Okay, I didn't watch the finale. I'm not going to watch it now. This was one of the worst episodes ever. We're leaving, we're not, we're leaving, we're not, I died, I didn't, I'm a lumberjack. Okay, there's one. Great Dexter finale tonight. Loved the twist where it turned out that all along Dexter was a ridiculous waste of time. Okay. Everyone defending the Dexter finale should be punished by being forced to watch the Dexter finale. And the Dexter finale was like having a friend of 8 years suddenly drop kick my puppy. And my favorite, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
And I'm okay. All night and I work all day. That's our national anthem you're making fun of there.
I'm sure it is. Now, because my mind's not working in a straight line. I just got some random thoughts for you. When I was growing up, my parents used to take me to the pet department and tell me it was a zoo. I was really lived a sheltered life. I heard that there's a new slogan out for the Army. Join the Army, see the world, meet interesting people, and kill them. That ought to get some people to sign up. I wasn't good with math in high school. I don't know why I had to learn algebra. I'll probably never go there. It just doesn't make sense to me, okay? Now, they say if you're afraid of homosexuals, it means that deep down inside you're actually a homosexual yourself. That worries me because I'm afraid of dogs. Okay. But Haley will be happy to know that is polling well with cats, okay? And if you can't laugh at yourself, make fun of other people. That always works for me.
Hey!
In a sign of today's times, the worst thing about email, I hate this. You can't interrupt the other person when they're pissing you off. You have to read the whole thing and then email them back, pointing out all their mistakes and faulty assumptions. It's frustrating and time-consuming. God bless the telephone. What do you think, right? Now, think about this. If you try to fail and you succeed, which have you done? If you can't beat them, here's my favorite thing. If you can't beat them, arrange to have them beat. That works for me. Now, here's a question for you. Do infants enjoy infancy as much as adults enjoy adultery? We'll have to ask them. Now, everybody knows I live at home only on the weekend. I don't get to see my wife that much, and we're sitting at home, and the other night she goes, I want to be cremated. I said, okay, how about Tuesday? That didn't go over too well. As a child growing up, my family's menu consisted of two choices, pretty much like everybody else's. Take it or leave it, right? Now, talking about sex and Second Life, apparently women need to feel loved to have sex, and men need to have sex to feel loved. So the basic act of continuing the species means that one of the two of us are going to lie to each other. Okay. The fall shows are out right now, and there's some good shows and some bad shows. Why don't network TV shows have a warning that says, "Caution, you are about to watch an incredible piece of shit. Just get it over with right now." Okay? Now, here's some good moral for you. Before you judge a man, walk a mile in his shoes. After that, who cares? He's a mile away and you've got his shoes.
Yeah. I got shoes.
Now, here's something to think about. Ever wonder about those people that spend $2 a piece on those little bottles of Evian water? Try spelling Evian backwards. What do you get?
Naive.
Naive. Okay. All right. Now, for my final act, from around the TV talk circuits, get ready for this week's lightning round. President Obama warned that government could shut down in 2 weeks. Obama added, not because the budget impasse, but because we'll all be watching the last episode of Breaking Bad. CEO of Starbucks is asking customers to stop bringing guns into the coffee chain stores. He said, it's our job to rob you guys. Starbucks also announced they don't want customers bringing guns into their stores. Meanwhile, Dunkin' Donuts said there's nothing you can bring in here that's more dangerous than what we already serve. Now, Senate leaders Harry Reid and Mitch McConnell admitted they have no plan B if the House doesn't avoid a government shutdown. Of course, this raised a lot of questions. The first question is, since when did they have a plan A? North Korea says it's ready to resume nuclear talks with the U.S. for the first time in 5 years. But President Obama said it's going to be pretty awkward. Not talking to North Korea, but having to thank Dennis Rodman. Brazil's President Dilma Rousseff is apparently so mad over the NSA spying scandal that she's canceled her trip to the White House next month. Of course, it didn't help when Brazil called to say they weren't coming and the White House said, yeah, we heard. Cher has turned down an invitation to sing at the 2014 Olympics in Russia because of Russia's anti-gay laws. Their anti-gay laws are so strict, men can be arrested just for showing up at a Cher concert. Joe Biden has people talking that he'll run for president after he was spotted at a fundraiser in Iowa this week. Unfortunately, he missed giving his speech because he spent 4 hours trapped in a corn maze. Joe Biden's niece was also arrested. The hardest part about arresting a Biden is convincing him they have the right to remain silent. Now, this week marks the 5th anniversary of the collapse of Lehman Brothers, which sparked a recession. Think about how bad things were back then. We had unemployment at 7%. The debt was out of control. There were wars breaking out all over the globe. Thank God that's all behind us, right? USA Today had a front-page feature on the new health care law. It said that opposition to Obamacare is at an all-time high. It's gotten so bad that the president is now calling it Biden care. And according to a new report, over the last 3 years, Social Security overpaid by $1.29 billion, thus establishing itself as the federal government's most efficient program. Now, McCain wanted war so much, he resents meth labs because they blow themselves up. The peacemaker, Vladimir Putin, he's going to help us secure the chemical weapons because if there's one thing you can trust Putin with, it's poison. The way that it's going to work is Assad is going to turn over his chemical weapons to Russia, who will then, of course, sell them to China, who will then repackage them as an off-brand roach spray, and you can get them at the 99-cent store. It's not, it's not that easy to go and secure all those chemical weapons. For one thing, the Syrians have been scattering stockpiles of the chemical weapons all over. They even have some stored here in the U.S. It's called Monsanto. And Putin wrote that op-ed in the New York Times yesterday and lectured America on democracy. That's like Billy Ray Cyrus giving parenting notes, right? Anthony Weiner did not really exit in a very classy way. After his concession speech, as he was leaving, the press was taunting him. They got a picture through the window of the car of him holding up his middle finger. At least we hope it was his middle finger. New rule. Anthony Weiner has to tell us how long he waited after he lost his election before he went back to jerking off with strangers online. Unless the answer is, what do you think I'm doing behind this podium right now? And now that it's been 60 years, Americans must accept the fact that rock stars like to mime sex acts on stage. Yes, they're acting all hot and horny, but they're a lot like Congress, because when all is said and done, what they're actually doing is fucking nothing. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
That was wonderful.
Hey. Hey. Oh, we got 10 minutes.
Let's see
Well, we
here.
killed 30 minutes.
Count everything.
Did you guys know that there's a new health club in Second Life?
Well,
It's called the Avatar Fitness Club. I found it on the destination guide. And I went there because I wanted to see if it's like a real-life gym. You know, with all the really old avatars wandering around naked in the locker rooms. I decided to go ahead and get a workout while I was there. And in the middle of doing squats, a guy came up to me and asked me if I could spot him. And so I said, yes, you've rezzed for me just fine.
Okay. But I'm changed.
I'm making my avatar do squats because I do not want to have to get a mesh butt. Did you know that those exist now?
Oh God, they're so okay.
In fact, I got the vendor picture right here. They just came out. Luck Inc. has them. They're over at 1,000 lindens. And they're called Fat Asm.
What?
Oh, it's that body.
Oh, man.
You know, gotta have more than one Z.
Look at the gap in the legs. It's hideous. You look like a chicken.
So now we have mesh. Whoops. Now we have mesh feet, mesh hands, mesh breasts, penises, and now butts. So what I want to know is when Linden Lab is going to take the hint and update our awful system avatars. Well, I thought about it and I realized that probably not until somebody makes a body part that gets their attention, like a mesh taint.
Oh.
Now,
Oh, you gotta have a mesh tank.
how many lindens does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
I can't answer that. You're going to have to file a support ticket.
Heck, Faye.
How many premium members does it take to change a light bulb? 2. Takes 1 to change the light bulb and 1 to justify paying to be premium.
Amen.
Okay. Let's see. So we have one more performer tonight, Roger 990. Roger, are you ready?
All right, bring on Roger. Woo!
Hey, Roger.
We like you, Roger. Come on.
I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
Yay, come on up.
Oh, sorry
Yay,
for stepping
Roger.
on you before, Amanda Cole. I nearly slipped off your latex. How is everybody today? Are we doing all right?
Doing great.
Hey. Yeah, you can hear me fine? Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I'll get right on with it. Hello, guys. How you doing? It's great to be back here on the stage, you know. I think Tymmerie's better to look at than Lauren, but I think she's going to slap me later for that. I've been figuring out something new. Skype. I think that's the second best thing to Second Life. I mean, so many women are looking to get into Hollywood and so many guys, so they put their numbers on YouTube. Hello. To call up a newscaster from NBC, I think I will. And then she said, hello, who's there? Hello, I'm a producer. She said, oh really? Oh, I really want to get onto CNN. I think we can do that, darling. I think we can get you onto CNN. I said, now, be a dragon. Be a what? It's an acting exercise, darling. You know, if you pretend to be something else, you said, rah, there you go. I've got a woman from NBC walking around like Barney. It's brilliant. And the other good thing about Skype is obviously you can find escorts who go, I want your love. Give me a Skype show. Oh, how modern technology has changed. Now, earlier, I was speaking to Tymmerie, because she was telling me about engineering, sort of like building engineering. And I hate builders. I hate them to death. I hate how they come around with their little pickup trucks. It's so messy. And you walk up to them and say, hi, guy. You got some stuff in there? Yep. I'm just going to do your house. Yeah, well, what thing? Whatever I can fucking find in the back of this pickup truck. Oh, that sounds great. I only want a little job done. Yep, that's it. That's a hammer. Yep, that's all we're gonna need. Oh, they smash it to bits, and then they sort of like wedge it together, and before you can say a word, he's off like Roadrunner, meeping you on his horse. Meep, meep. Oh yeah, that's it. Don't leave me your number. Oh dear, but it's sort of like you look at so many houses and think, thank God I don't live there. And the first thing you do when you go into a house is you kick things, don't you? You think, that's crap, that's crap. Oh my, look at that, darling, that banister, that's wiggling, that is, you shouldn't do that. And the last thing I'll talk about is Netflix and streaming. My friend sort of said, Roger, get on Netflix, it's fantastic. I don't know what's fantastic about watching a 2-hour movie which takes even longer to finish than its running time. You're sitting there, and then it's like, I was going to see this time. Oh, right, we're back again. Oh, it was fucking buffering for a minute there. And then I was going to say, and then you call them up, and they blame you for it. It's fantastic. It's your connection. It's your fucking Netflix. I don't want Pearl Harbor here. I can tell you the ending. I don't want you to tell me the ending. I want to see the ending. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a fantastic audience. Thank you and good night.
Yay, thank you, Roger.
All right, Roger, good job.
All right.
All right. I was going to tell a Jonestown joke tonight, but the punchline was too long.
Okay.
All right, I know that's a terrible one. Okay. Did you hear that apparently Planned Parenthood is trying to reach a younger generation, and they're taking a cue from Miley Cyrus's VMA performance?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They are now going to offer contraceptive foam fingers.
Oh, okay.
And I I don't quite understand media and this pop star thing and how she does it and why. When Miley Cyrus is naked and lick the hammer, it's art. It's music. But when I do it, I'm wasted and I have to leave Home Depot. Just don't get it. And right now, we have one more performer. That's Jay Wheels, and
Jay Wheels.
Are you ready, Jamie?
Yes, I am. Whenever you are.
Bring on Jay Wheels.
Sweetheart. Okay,
Jay Wheels.
come on, Jay.
All right, so I wasn't going to do any stand-up tonight, but I have a story to tell you guys. I actually had a show in Second Life about a week ago, and I didn't promote it. I didn't do anything because it was a brand new venue. I had no idea what the crowd was going to be like, and I'm glad that I didn't because for the first time in a long time, folks, I bombed. I mean, it was awful. I did like 45 minutes, and I don't remember the last time that I ate it so bad in my life since I've been doing stand-up. And all I could think to myself was halfway through the set, I'm thinking to myself, man, this would be a lot easier if I had a Roomba, a stolen iPad, and Catboy. Like, if I had I would have to be doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these people were rough, okay? These people were rough. And most of the time when I do stand-up in real life, I get laughs whether the jokes are good or not because I'm in a wheelchair and everybody feels like they have to laugh. Like, it's a guaranteed kind of thing. In here, like, I'm standing. Like, I look like a normal guy, so I don't have the crippled card. It sucks, man. Like I said, I haven't been that bad in a really long time. But I got to thinking, Cowboy, I really did. I've known you for a while now. Mm-hmm. And your outfits just get weirder and weirder and weirder. And all I could think was when you said, when we go to like virtual people, this is who you're going to be?
Yeah, you're looking at this.
You know what? Here's the thing. You will be the greatest thing that ever hit the MTV VMAs in about 2050. Like, you'll be the man. You will. You'll be the man. I guarantee it. Because I tell you what, there's like, it's gotten to a point with you that I've actually come to appreciate what it is that you do. Because I'm like, man, you really got to work to look like that.
Yes, it does.
That's some talent right there. That's what that is. So I'm going to be really, like, when people see you in about 2050, they're going to be like, Miley who? I don't but seriously, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the economy is still bad. The economy is awful. There's lots of people looking for jobs. It's horrible, okay? And I'm like everybody else. I'm looking for a job, but I've come to the conclusion that I may have overlooked a job all of these years. I'm 34 years old, and I never thought of it before. But Doc was talking about Dexter earlier. And I got to be honest, I did not listen to the joke because I'm about 6 episodes away from the end, right? And like, I hear that it sucks, but I don't want to know how it sucks. But I was thinking about Dexter, and I was like, you know what? I never really thought of this, but I would be the ultimate hitman, right? Like, I could, like, if I got a contract to kill somebody, I just run them down, and nobody would ever believe it because somebody comes to my door, the cops show up at my door, and they ask me if I ran this guy down. I just let my eyes roll up in the back of my head and start drooling. I mean, seriously, that would be all I would say. Nobody would ever believe it.
Perfect hitman.
I've been watching every week that Dexter has been happening. I have friends that watch Dexter, and they post on Facebook, and I got this one guy that he's like, I believe that if CSI Miami actually took a look at Dexter, they would figure out what he was doing in about 15 minutes and spend the rest of the show having donuts and coffee. That's probably what would happen. And I got to thinking, and that just reaffirmed my idea, because let's just think about this for a second. Even if I get caught, how do you put a guy in a wheelchair in jail? I mean, for crying out loud, what can I really do? I mean, it's not like I'm going to be busting rocks or anything. It's just, it's not going to happen. I mean, and let's face it, I'm always going to need a nurse, right? So, like, I'm not going to have a cellmate. I'm always going to have my own cell because I'm going to need the nurse. Well, how easy would my prison life be? Because let's face it, I'd never have to get up for anything. I'd never be beaten up. I wouldn't, because I don't care what strata of society you're in. You take a shot at a cripple, the whole prison's coming after you. Think the story. And so I think I could pull it off. I really do. You guys think I could pull it off?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Encourage him.
Let's make a TV show.
See, here's what I'm trying to figure out is, what do you call it? What do you call the show? Right? I have no idea what to call it. Like Wheels of Death? or you know,
Members of
like,
Beef.
you know, like, and not only do you have to have a title, but you got to have like a tagline or something. You know, Dexter's got the code. Mm-hmm. But see, my thing is like, the only thing I can't figure out is I would have to replace the tires on the chair every time I kill somebody. So, like half the show would be me trying to find a tire shop that hasn't seen me the week before. Like, that's a scary. I thought that might be a hole in my plot. Catboy, you might have to help me with that. But
just get a garden hose.
So much for listening tonight. Tymmerie, you rock. I hope you come back. You're very good.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Thank you, babe. Very nice. Well, I have a couple of things tonight for my blog that I thought were pretty funny and performable. So let me get out a prop. I love props. And put that up. Nah, you're nice and big. Yeah. Okay, and you might recognize this this image, although it's an image of myself, but where it's taken from. I am now going to tell you about the most interesting avatar in Second Life. He can terraform with his mind. His support tickets actually get answered.
Ooh.
He has never needed to ask for a teleport. Linden get excited when they see him on the grid, but they're usually too shy to ask him for a teddy bear. When he is near, you can tell because textures res faster. He always moves away from the landing point.
Yay.
Yay!
When he asks you to hop on a pose ball with him, you need real-life birth control. He never experiences lag. And when he buys mainland, all of the neighbors pick tasteful decor and coordinate their landscaping with his. He always buys lindens low and sells them high. And if you gave him a freeness, it would become an actual penis.
Oh, man.
No fly zones have no power over him, and his offline messages never cap. He is the most interesting avatar on the grid.
Yay.
He doesn't always play computer games, but when he does, he plays Second Life. Stay locked, my friend.
Yay.
Obviously, that was me with facial hair. And we have Tamara coming up here in 9 minutes. Tamara, do you need the stage? Do you need me to move off the stage? You can set up. Well, I have one.
I assume she will need the stage. I'm
Okay.
Not,
Well,
Phil, I'm
okay.
in here right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move off the stage and do one more thing before we go, and that's the top 10 the top misconceptions. There aren't 10 anymore. The top misconceptions of Second Life. I don't know if you caught it, but a while back, last year maybe, Cracked.com published an article. It was about the 5 bizarre ways online gaming was affecting the real world. And in the article, they referenced Second Life, but they used some really old pictures. I'm thinking 2007. These were so bad. Yeah. And they also perpetuated some misconceptions about Second Life. And I think it's these misconceptions that create a stigma that makes it really difficult for users to admit to real-life friends and relatives and Cupid.com dates that Second Life is one of our hobbies. And so I'm going to address some of these misconceptions here. Okay. The first is that no one plays Second Life anymore. That's wrong. But there are only 32 of us. Long story short, it was late 2009. We were at a party. It got late, yada, yada, yada. We got locked in. And they let us stay as long as we don't tell anyone or ask to use the employee restroom. And I assume you guys haven't because you're here. The second misconception is that Second Life is chock full of flying penises. No, wait, scratch that. It is full of flying penises. Never mind. The next misconception is that Second Life is a game. People are always saying that. Second Life isn't a game at all. It's a brooch. It's a pterodactyl. It's a black hole for money and time, but it is not a game.
You can win a game.
I can live with that.
I've never run into Pac-Man.
The next misconception is that there's nothing to do in Second Life. You know what my boss down at the Dairy Queen used to say when I worked there as a teen? If you have time to lean, you have time to sort your inventory. Or something like that. I forget. It's been a really long time since I was 16. Next, people think that people who play Second Life don't have a first life. Lies. Not only do I have a wonderful first life, I enjoy a third life as a spoof Twitter account and a fourth life as the person I want everyone to think I am on Facebook. One of the misconceptions I had was that Linden Lab doesn't have a decent marketing or public relations department. And that's incorrect. I have it on good authority that the Linden Lab marketing and PR staffs are full of competent, highly skilled, and professional people. They've just been kept bound and gagged in the basement of the Battery Street building since late 2008. They are, however, permitted to use the employee washroom. So they have that over us. So. Then, this is the last misconception, and that's that all Second Life female avatars are actually real-life men. Wrong again. All real-life men are actually Second Life avatars.
That's how it works.
I really hope this helps everyone out there who is formerly confused about the true nature of Second Life. Because now you can tell people that you play. Now you can tell people without shame or reservation that yes, you play Call of Duty. And that is it that I've got for the show tonight.
Great job.
Comedians.
That was a great job.
This was a wonderful show. The comedians were awesome. Thank you, Jay Wheels, for coming in and to help me fill up some time. Doc, you were great. Cowboy, you're awesome. Roger, kisses. Did I miss anybody? Oh. And great audience.